What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another reaction on the Three Pyramids Network. And today we are checking out Tokyo's Black Billionaires. Yeah, the last one that I did was really interesting. So I was just like, yo, let me go ahead and check out some more. Let me check out where a bunch of people, a bunch of my people are all around the world that are making a ton of money. But before we get into this, it's your host, the ignorant eclectic mad genius man, and today we gonna learn some stuff. Yeah, it's always good to learn some new things. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, tell a friend, and let me go ahead and stop talking. Let's do this.
Every single time her songs are sung in Japan's billion-dollar karaoke parlors. An NBA superstar whose $51 million contract turned Tokyo's billion-yen penthouses into a historic discount. And a tennis sovereign whose $58 million a year endorsement deals literally cover the digital billboards of Shibuya Crossing. Yeah, these are the 6 black titans dominating Tokyo's billion-yen real estate market.
Wait, what?
Black status had to dig through neon-soaked Minato Ward, off-market property brokers, and sealed Japanese family offices to find them. From the e-commerce founder who cracked Tokyo's hardest commercial market, all the way up to the multinational sovereign who owns the visual infrastructure of an entire metropolis. Every one of these names commands the legendary Okushan, the billion-yen mansion suspended above the skyline. Starting at number 6, with the woman who built her empire by completely bypassing Tokyo's most ruthless gatekeepers. Number 6. Shaneka Willingham, the military e-commerce conduit. Tokyo is widely recognized as one of the most fiercely contested and exorbitantly expensive property markets on the planet. For foreign entrepreneurs, simply securing commercial leasing or logistical warehousing space requires navigating a grueling labyrinth of institutional bias, the historically prohibitive rake and key money deposits, the strict demand for high net worth domestic corporate guarantors, a barrier deliberately constructed to be insurmountable. Enter Shaneka Willingham. Instead of engaging in a feudal battle for microscopic retail storefronts in the saturated tourist-heavy avenues of Harajuku or Shibuya, she executed a masterclass in geographical arbitrage. She identified a highly specific niche and built a culturally impactful e-commerce boutique while serving the U.S. military community in Tokyo.
That's tough.
By targeting the heavily fortified sovereign military enclaves, she effectively tapped into a fully enclosed, highly lucrative consumer ecosystem. Enter Shaneka Willingham. Instead of engaging in a feudal battle for microscopic retail storefronts in the highly saturated tourist-heavy avenues of Harajuku or Shibuya, she executed a masterclass in geographical arbitrage. She identified a highly specific niche and built a culturally impactful e-commerce boutique while serving the U.S. military community in Tokyo. By targeting the heavily fortified sovereign military enclaves, she effectively tapped into a fully enclosed, highly lucrative consumer ecosystem. Operating an international e-commerce infrastructure within Japan demands immense capital discipline. Warehousing space in the greater Tokyo area commands absolute premium rates, forcing many startups into immediate insolvency. Willingham established a brilliant logistical framework that completely bypassed these traditional Japanese retail bottlenecks. The true genius of her operation lies in the realm of currency leverage and cross-border economics. By serving American military personnel stationed overseas, her enterprise captures highly resilient US dollar revenues, while a significant portion of her localized operational expenses can be managed in the currently depreciating Japanese yen. This dynamic creates a massive, asymmetrical financial advantage, generating profit margins that domestic Japanese retailers simply cannot replicate. Furthermore, navigating the complex customs bureaucracy and the intense taxation applied to foreign imports in Japan requires specialized operational knowledge. Her connection to the military base ecosystem allows for a highly streamlined, exceptionally profitable exemption from standard commercial friction. Willingham's ascendance completely dismantles the outdated assumption that massive overhead is required to succeed in Asia. Her trajectory proves definitively that in a hyper-dense, aggressively regulated metropolis, you do not always need to own a physical, brick-and-mortar storefront to command territorial dominance. You simply need to engineer and possess total ownership of the digital supply chain for a highly captive, financially liquid demographic. The result
And I'm sure she definitely built a really, really, really good relationship with a bunch of these individuals over here also. So that's what's up.
Capital from this e-commerce conduit provides the ultimate purchasing power. While expatriates often struggle to secure traditional mortgages in Japan, entrepreneurs generating robust USD-backed corporate revenues hold a distinct advantage. They can bypass domestic lenders entirely, leveraging their highly liquid international capital to enter the prestigious Japanese real estate market on their own terms. Willingham represents the new echelon of digital pioneers who use precise demographic targeting to build self-sustaining economic engines. Her ability to isolate an underserved consumer base, establish a premium brand identity, and dominate the digital landscape within a foreign jurisdiction is nothing short of revolutionary. It is a testament to the quiet, relentless power of structural innovation over flashy, unsustainable retail expansion. Number 5. Arthel Isom, the animation executive. Moving from the
Yep.
precision of
Shout out to him, bro. I've paid attention to him for a while. I mean, shout out to him.
military logistics into the creative, neon-drenched heartbeat of the city, we step into the multi-billion-dollar Japanese animation sector. The anime industry is celebrated globally as a cultural and financial juggernaut, generating monumental profits through international syndication and expansive merchandising. Yet, internally, it is notoriously
AJK.
punishing and rigid. Traditional Japanese animation studios operate on razor-thin profit margins, and foreign creators are almost entirely excluded from the highest executive boardrooms where the true wealth is allocated. Arthel Isom flatly refused to accept this exclusionary institutional parameter. He fundamentally disrupted the geography of the industry by founding Dart Stagio, thereby officially establishing Japan's very first Black-owned anime studio. To truly appreciate the weight of this financial maneuver, you must examine the brutal reality of commercial real estate in Tokyo's renowned creative districts. Securing prime, high-capacity studio space in wards like Nakano or Shinjuku requires a staggering capital expenditure. The aesthetic contrast is jarring. Outside, the avenues are awash in chaotic neon advertising, but inside, securing a sterile, high-end corporate interior demands astronomical monthly leases. Isom completely bypassed the archaic, exploitative production committee hierarchy, a systemic framework deliberately designed to strip independent creators of their intellectual property rights. Instead, he positioned his studio as the premier, high-end conduit for Western streaming capital. By capturing top-tier production budgets from global digital platforms, he utilizes that massive institutional liquidity to maintain a sprawling, high-tech physical studio in one of the world's most expensive real estate environments. While legacy animators are frequently crowded into microscopic, shared apartments struggling to survive, Isom commands a premium commercial space, what is known in the high-end Japanese property market as a corporate mansion. The financial architecture of his empire is built upon the dual pillars of physical and intellectual ownership. By owning the physical creative space, he completely shields his operation from the constant threat of commercial displacement or sudden rent hikes. By owning the intellectual property generated within those walls, he transforms raw artistic talent into a highly defensible, permanent corporate footprint in Tokyo. The wealth generated by Dart Stagio is not transactional. It is compounding. Every frame animated, every series syndicated, and every international partnership signed adds another layer of ironclad equity to his portfolio. Isom's ascension proves that entering a historically homogeneous industry does not require asking for a seat at the drafting table. It requires building your own studio, owning the very building it resides in, and forcing the global market to come directly to your door. The resulting social capital from this unprecedented ownership structure elevates Isom beyond the status of a mere director. He is an institutional sovereign. In Tokyo's intensely hierarchical business culture, holding the lease to a prominent studio facility grants immediate, undeniable executive legitimacy. It signals to multinational investors and Japanese conglomerates alike that his enterprise is permanent. The valuation of such creative real estate continues to soar, providing an unshakable asset base that insulates his company from the cyclical volatility of the entertainment sector. ISOM redefined the entire economic paradigm for diverse creators in Japan, demonstrating that absolute creative freedom is only truly guaranteed when it is backed by absolute commercial real estate ownership. Number 4. Leigh Tanya and David Whitaker, the culinary estate directors. If securing commercial studio space in the bustling corridors of Shinjuku is competitive, obtaining premium hospitality real estate in Minato Ward is entirely exclusionary. The district of Azabu-Juban stands as the undisputed residential and commercial crown jewel of Tokyo's international elite. It is a highly insulated enclave, densely packed with heavily guarded foreign embassies, top-tier corporate executives, and generational Japanese wealth. The cobblestone streets radiate an aura of quiet, untouchable affluence, sitting perfectly adjacent to the towering financial fortress of Roppongi Hills. Attempting to open an independent, foreign-owned restaurant in this specific zip code requires confronting terrifying monthly leases, immense security deposits, and draconian municipal zoning boards. Yet, Leigh Tanya and David Whitaker achieved exactly that, establishing the legendary Soul Food House right in the center of this financial gauntlet. They did not simply open a dining room, they engineered a high-margin culinary embassy. The underlying economics of their establishment rely heavily on absolute cultural authenticity paired with engineered scarcity. By offering a meticulously crafted culinary experience that literally cannot be authentically replicated anywhere else in the sprawling metropolis, they command supreme, unyielding pricing power. Soul Food House functions as an incredibly exclusive networking hub, attracting visiting Black Hollywood elite, global diplomats, and high-net-worth expatriates who require premium service and absolute discretion. In the hyper-competitive Tokyo hospitality sector, maintaining profitability requires maximizing the revenue yield of every single square meter of leased space. The Whitakers achieve this exceptional efficiency through lucrative private venue buyouts and high-ticket corporate catering contracts. They possess the incredibly rare ability to leverage the immense, built-in social capital of their high-profile clientele to completely insulate their business from localized economic downturns. You do not just casually rent commercial property in Azabu-Juban. You must actively prove that you possess the economic endurance to belong there. The real estate appreciation and the soaring cost of occupancy in Minato Ward serve as a natural barrier to entry, eliminating potential competitors and ensuring the Whitakers maintain a virtual monopoly on their specific market segment. Their operation transcends the standard restaurant business model.
That's dope.
It operates as a secure, profitable real estate anchor in a neighborhood where billionaires park their capital. The sheer velocity of their success dismantles the misconception that specialized, culturally distinct businesses cannot scale in highly traditional foreign markets. By transforming their prime commercial lease into an internationally recognized cultural destination, Leigh Tanya and David Whitaker have firmly established themselves as untouchable culinary directors in the most expensive, highly coveted neighborhood in the Japanese capital. Their ability to sustain this operation over the long term demonstrates a profound mastery of Japanese corporate compliance and vendor logistics. Sourcing highly specific, premium ingredients required for authentic Southern cuisine in the heart of Tokyo is a logistical nightmare demanding rigorous supply chain management and deep capital reserves. The Whitakers turn this logistical hurdle into a massive competitive moat. No rival can easily replicate their supply lines or match the cultural gravity of their dining room.
Oh, wow.
Their establishment stands as a physical monument to culinary resilience, proving that when you combine flawless execution with a prime Minato Ward address, you construct a high-revenue empire that defies all conventional demographic expectations. Number 3. Crystal K, the royalties and Okushan Queen.
Who is she?
To truly comprehend the ultimate residential ambitions of the Tokyo elite, one must first understand the specialized terminology that defines their reality. In Japan, the word mansion does not refer to a sprawling, gated suburban estate. Rather, it designates an ultra-luxury, high-altitude condominium engineered to immaculate standards. The absolute, undisputed peak of this architectural market is known as the Okushan, a portmanteau that translates literally to a billion-yen mansion. Securing access to the Okushan
Stores?
market requires a level of sustained, unyielding liquid capital that very few individuals ever achieve. Crystal K, an iconic Afro-Japanese pop sovereign, possesses exactly this level of profound economic endurance.
Okay, sister.
She has effortlessly dominated the highest echelons of the Japanese music industry for well over 2 decades. The financial architecture of the J-pop industry is drastically, structurally different from the streaming-dominated markets of the West. Japan stands as the second largest music market in the world, fiercely and unapologetically retaining a deeply ingrained culture of premium physical media sales, limited edition vinyl releases, and highly lucrative exclusive merchandise drops. Furthermore, the Japanese karaoke industry operates as a highly regulated, multi-billion-dollar commercial sector. Every single time one of Crystal K's massive multi-platinum hits is performed in a private karaoke parlor across the vast
I might have to
Japanese
look her up now.
archipelago, a strict
Crystal K.
performance royalty is legally triggered and collected. Over a continuous 20-year span, these relentless microtransactions compound into a massive, unstoppable river of passive income. This sustained generational royalty generation provides the sheer capital density required to purchase and meticulously maintain multi-million-dollar Okushan properties in Tokyo's ultra-exclusive wards, such as Hiru, Aoyama, or Daikanyama. These billion-yen mansions are marvels of modern engineering, featuring private subterranean automated parking vaults, state-of-the-art earthquake-proof architectural dampeners, and 24-hour bilingual concierge services that cater exclusively to Tokyo's ultra-rich. Living in an Okushan is the ultimate undeniable signal of permanent wealth. While many artists experience fleeting moments of rapid wealth accumulation followed by inevitable financial decline, Crystal K represents the old guard royalty of bicultural excellence. She expertly navigated the treacherous, highly manufactured idol culture of Japanese entertainment, completely retaining her unique artistic identity and securing highly lucrative, long-term brand endorsement deals. Her ability to continuously reinvent her sound while maintaining ironclad commercial relevance has insulated her fortune from industry volatility. She transformed raw vocal talent and magnetic cultural presence into permanent, sky-high real estate, proving that the most powerful artists do not just top the charts, they buy the skyline. The aesthetic and structural exclusivity of the Okushan perfectly mirrors her untouchable status within the entertainment hierarchy. These elite residences offer sweeping, panoramic vantage points over the sprawling metropolis, providing a physical separation from the chaotic density of the streets below. By anchoring her immense, royalty-backed wealth in Tokyo's most resilient asset class, she ensures that her financial legacy is entirely shielded against inflation and currency fluctuations. Crystal K's enduring reign demonstrates that true wealth in the Asian entertainment sector is built upon the dual pillars of relentless intellectual property ownership and the acquisition of the city's most heavily fortified luxury real estate. Number 2. Rui Hachimura, the Cross-Pacific Asset Commander. While legacy royalties and physical media dominance secure vast domestic wealth, the modern global athlete operates with an entirely different, incredibly violent financial velocity. Rui Hachimura, the transcendent Afro-Japanese NBA superstar, represents an entirely new macroeconomic paradigm of cross-Pacific asset accumulation. When he officially signed his massive, landscape-altering $51 million contract extension, he secured the exact kind of heavy American capital that possesses the sheer force to completely distort the Japanese luxury real estate market. Japan is currently experiencing a historic, structural depreciation of the yen, driven by the complex long-term interest rate policies established by the Bank of Japan. For an ultra-high net worth individual currently holding tens of millions of strong US dollars, the absolute purchasing power within Tokyo's exclusive luxury property sector is exponentially magnified. Hachimura's elite financial profile is entirely unique because, unlike standard American expatriates, he is not subjected to the skepticism reserved for foreign investors. He is universally revered as a national icon. He holds unparalleled, supreme market power within his home country, commanding massive, multi-year endorsement deals with domestic Japanese megacorporations. These ironclad corporate partnerships yield millions of dollars in highly lucrative supplementary income, localized directly within the Japanese economy. This
That's tough.
brilliant dual currency strategy allows him and his private family office to acquire ultra-prime Okushan properties.
I've just gained a whole new level of respect for him. Wow. Like I rocked with him just because he made like he's a really good basketball player. Really good basketball player. I have a whole nother respect for him now. Wow.
At what is effectively a
Smart.
historic discount, leveraging his immense American athletic salary against the highly favorable currency exchange rate. Hachimura is effectively an individual athlete functioning with the complexity and financial leverage of a multinational corporation. He possesses the absolute unchecked liquidity to purchase sweeping penthouse views over the Tokyo skyline, remaining completely immune to the deflationary economic pressures that actively restrict local, domestic buyers from entering the same market. Navigating these cross-border property acquisitions requires the coordination of elite wealth managers, international tax attorneys, and bespoke property brokers who operate exclusively off-market. By holding substantial physical assets in both the United States and Japan, his financial portfolio is perfectly hedged against geopolitical instability and regional market crashes.
Really
His
smart.
wealth is not simply a byproduct of his athletic dominance on the court. It is a masterclass in global macroeconomic timing and currency arbitrage. The ability to earn maximum compensation in the world's strongest currency while deploying that exact capital into one of the world's most prestigious, yet currently discounted real estate markets is the ultimate financial checkmate. Hachimura's real estate maneuvers represent the highest echelon of wealth protection. Tokyo's luxury property sector is legendary for its stringent privacy laws and discreet transaction processes, offering a perfect sanctuary for high-profile figures seeking refuge from the relentless glare of international sports media. His portfolio stands as a physical monument to his bicultural supremacy. By conquering the American athletic landscape and actively reinvesting those monumental earnings back into the structural foundation of his home country, he ensures his legacy extends far beyond basketball. He is dictating the terms of global asset allocation,
Shout out to him,
utilizing
bro.
his unique dual identity to unlock unprecedented financial corridors that remain entirely closed to his peers. Number 1. Naomi Osaka, the multinational sovereign.
Yeah.
We finally arrive at the absolute, indisputable paramount of international financial dominance and bicultural sovereignty. Naomi Osaka did not merely participate in the global sports economy. She transformed her generational tennis talent into an unstoppable $60 million empire. The sheer, unfathomable scale of her wealth completely eclipses standard athletic compensation, propelling her into the exclusive realm of institutional titans. She didn't just win Grand Slams, she built an unprecedented $58 million a year endorsement portfolio. Her brilliant corporate strategy involved partnering with Japanese titans like Nissan, Sony, and Panasonic. By executing these massive structural alignment deals, she perfectly bridged traditional Japanese corporate culture with the global youth market. This unique, flawless cultural synthesis is precisely why she became one of the highest-paid female athletes in history. But how does this unprecedented level of liquid capital translate directly to Tokyo's billionaire mansions? In the modern era of hypercapitalism, physical property is inherently secondary to visual property. Osaka commands the absolute most expensive, highly coveted commercial real estate in the city, not simply by residing behind closed doors, but by actively covering the metropolis with her image. Her brand identity completely blankets the towering, multi-story digital billboards that dominate the legendary Shibuya crossing, and her campaigns command the massive flagship retail facades stretching down the luxurious avenues of Omotesando and Harajuku. This is the ultimate, undeniable manifestation of the billionaire lifestyle, when your brand equity is so overwhelmingly vast that your sheer presence physically alters the skyline and visual infrastructure of a global metropolis. The cost to secure advertising space of this magnitude runs into the hundreds of millions of yen per week, and major conglomerates willingly deploy that capital simply to align their products with
Jesus.
her aura. Furthermore, Osaka aggressively transitioned from a highly paid brand ambassador to a sovereign brand owner. She launched her own elite media production company, Hana Kuma, actively securing venture capital backing and dictating international streaming narratives. She also founded Kinlo, a specialized skincare line targeting melanated skin, demonstrating a ruthless, highly effective pivot from athletic endorsement to proprietary retail ownership. While she holds magnificent, heavily fortified residential properties across the globe, including a sprawling estate in Beverly Hills, her economic and cultural influence over the Japanese market is absolute. She dictates the commercial rhythm of an entire nation, shattering centuries of homogeneous corporate tradition. Osaka proves definitively that the absolute highest echelon of elite wealth.
Yo, man, shout out to everybody. I gotta go. I catch you on the next one, man. Love each and every last one of y'all. Hit the like, hit that subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. Catch you on the next one. Peace.